love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me.
Hello, Miami. Thank you so much for watching 305 Sports Now. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday afternoon as I am back. I took a little bit of a break, so I could just, recharge my batteries a little bit and continue to give you some Canes content. But those who are wondering when I'm going to do some Dolphins talk, that'll definitely be next week, as the Miami Dolphins do open up their preseason this upcoming Friday. Actually, tomorrow, open up this upcoming Friday, but I will be doing some more Dolphins coverage as it goes along. But I still want to talk about the Canes because, like I said, that's what you guys said to like, and that's where I gravitate towards. Now, although we have a dead recruiting period as such, the Miami Hurricanes have made some headway as far as rumors in regards to Jamie French and so on. I'll be covering Jamie French as well towards the end of the month as well. But we all know what is up. And on August 31st, it's the battle at the Swamp between the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida Gators. And if you look at the thumbnail, I'm doing a little bit of a special on Shannon Dawson. And the one thing I'm going to say is no excuses this year on offense. The Miami Hurricanes are absolutely stacked to the core in their offensive depth chart, okay? Miami is stacked. They're stacked from the offensive line. They're stacked in the running back room. They're stacked at tight end. They're stacked at wide receiver. They have the top transfer portal quarterback in the country. You cannot argue with that, okay? You cannot argue with that. Yes, our center is not Matt Lee, but he's still pretty solid. Still pretty solid as well. You may not be able to pull him like you were Matt Lee, but we have other guys we could pull as well. Okay, so our offensive line is really good. Let's start with that. I'll get into Cam Ward in a minute, but let's start with that. We're looking at the right tackle position. Of course, you have Maui Noah, right? You have Francis Maui Noah at the right tackle position. Of course, at right guard, you got Big Inez Cooper. Okay, you got Big Inez Cooper, and so on as well. At center, you have Zach Carpenter as well. At the left guard position, you have a battle between Matthew McCoy and Samson Okunola, the second best rated offensive lineman in his recruiting class. And of course, at left tackle, you have Jalen Rivers. The talk about it is who's going to be the next left guard. I'm rooting, honestly, for Samson for Pancake Honcho, but I wouldn't be upset with either or. Both have been very good at practice. Both have been very competitive. And both are really, really, really doing a good job giving, the offensive line coach Mirabal, and of course the offensive staff and Coach Cristobal a challenge on whom they want to name as a starter. So I'm fine with either or between Matthew McCoy or whether it's Samson. I have a preference for Samson personally, but we'll see what happens. Okay, and of course, like I said, Jalen Rivers. So you're stacked the offensive line. Your quarterback is a stud. Okay, Cam Ward. All right, an absolute stud. He could run. He has a great arm. He makes the defense work because he's good at scrambling. He's very accurate as well. Very smart football player. Very good student in the game as well. Great deep ball as well. Can make any throw on the field. Just an absolute beast. He's the game changer of the season. And if the Miami Hurricanes do get into a college football playoff, I know, a little ahead of myself, but at least an ACC championship game, it's because of Cam Ward. The way this team goes is where Cam Ward goes. Same thing last year with TVD, and TVD has some issues, especially in ACC play. But I don't think Cam Ward is going to have those issues. I think Cam Ward is going to be much better at reading zone defenses and also escaping with his legs, something that Tyler Van Dyke was not able to do. And let's talk about that running back position, okay? That running back position is sick, man. Damian Martinez, Mark Fletcher might get some run on week 1. You got Thunder and Thunder, Beef and Beef, and both those beefs could run. Damian Martinez is a game changer as well. He is a hell of a hard guy to tackle. Okay, you got to hit him low, and you got to gang tackle him, or he's gone. Like I told Alex Dono a few weeks ago over Locked On Canes. The same thing with Fletcher. The guy's freaking built like a train. So imagine having to tackle both those guys, back to back. It's sick. And then you got Chris Johnson, as well. You have AJ Allen, right? As well, Jordan Lyle's been killing it in practice as well, from what I've heard, right? As well, you have the Hellcat, Chris Whitley Humphrey as well. Who are you going to stop? The wide receiver position. Come on, guys. The wide receiver position, Jacoby George, Zay Horton, Sam Brown, Xavier Restrepo. Xavier Restrepo was a 1,000-yard receiver, and Jacoby George had 8 touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards this season as well. Jacoby George is, despite some temperament issues on the field, okay, he was one of the best ball tracking receivers we had on the team. He's able to track the ball, catch the ball, and also burn guys as well as a receiver. Then, of course, you have JoJo Trader, a guy that I believe will get a lot of run this year. All right. And like I said, one of the main reasons why JoJo doesn't get a lot of credit, even though this is a top 10 receiver per 247 Sports, as far as potential freshmen that can make an impact, JoJo Trader had Jeremiah Smith on the other side, but JoJo Trader is going to be special. Okay. JoJo Trader is going to be the next Hurricane great. Makes NFL style catches when he was at the high school level. We saw that in the state championship game, and I guarantee you we will see it as well this season in a Miami Hurricane uniform, because you can't keep that Ferrari on the bench too long. He is going to flat out excel as well. In Houston, when he was at Houston, Shannon Dawson liked rotating his wide receivers and his playmakers as well. So I do think, hopefully, we see that this year, because we didn't see much of that last year. It seemed like it was the same 3 guys all the time. Hopefully, with all the talent, especially the young talent you have this upcoming season, you do rotate receivers. I also want to see Shamar Kirk as well. Shimmy, 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 Shamar. We want to see that guy ball out this year as well. So Miami is loaded at the skill positions. Tight ends. My God, Elijah Arroyo is healthy. One of the most athletic tight ends in the ACC is suiting up and ready to ball this year. All right, Elijah Arroyo is going to ball this year. All right. I just think it's a great year for the Canes as well. Elijah Arroyo could block. He could catch passes as well. Riley Williams, another guy that I think is going to have a good season. Again, man, you got your Ferraris, as far as the wide receivers goes, and now you got yourself your Cadillacs as well as far as tight ends goes as well. And let's not forget the Swiss Army knife, the man, Elijah Lofton, Bishop Gorman, the true freshman. That's another guy. Running back, line him a fullback, running back, line him a fullback if you want to. He could be a blocking tight end for you. He could be a pass catching tight end for you. This guy in practice, all right, was flat out catching footballs with one hand over veteran players. That's another guy. You have greats right now on your roster, guys that could potentially be great year one on your roster. Nykar, Chance Robinson. If I missed anybody, forgive me. But I'm excited about this season. I'm excited about this season, especially in the offensive side of the ball. I'm extremely excited. So as far as expectation goes, I have to say this, Coach Dawson has no excuses, none whatsoever. There's a lot of chess pieces he could use to destroy defenses, and I do believe he will this year. This is the year Miami definitely goes vertical. This is the year also Miami destroys people in the running game as well. They pound them, and this is the year Miami wins 10 games. Under 10 games is a failure. The schedule favors you. All right, the schedule favors you. Last season, we lost games because of poor quarterback play and a coaching decision as well. We all know about the knee, okay? But quarterback play put us in that position as well. But I will say this. This season, it's 10 games. I'm predicting 10 games. JD Pickle's a bit more bullish. He says 11. He thinks Miami will drop the first game against Florida and will run the table. I don't know about that. I do think we could beat the Gators in the swamp. I do think that their defense can't keep up with their offense. I think it's going to be too many people to stop on offense that Florida will not be able to keep up with. But bottom line is, though, there's a couple trap games I have. Of course, my greatest fear is the Cal game. Miami doesn't travel very well to the West Coast, at least not recently or when they have in the past. The bottom line is, though, there's no excuses. Coach Dawson, it's time to put up or shut up, man. This is the year. Miami should be able to score in the high 30s. Miami should be able to put up points in the high 30s. Make no mistake about it, okay? With the talented roster they have, the short up offensive line they have, the beast running backs they have, the beast quarterback they have, the studs at wide receiver, the tight ends as well. What's going to stop you? Who's going to stop you? How can they stop you? All right, guys, that's it for me. I do want to make a quick announcement. I want to congratulate my buddy, Bobby Melendez, the head and founder of the Fins Talk Sports Network, as he has now entered the Canes content creator family, as he has a new show that will be airing sometime at the end of August, in which he's partnering up with one of the guys from Caneswear, and they're going to bring now Canes content, all right, Canes content over to the Fins Talk Sports Network. So subscribe, right, to the Fins Talk Sports Network. All right, they give great content, whether you like wrestling, or like football, baseball, basketball, now Canes football as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Everybody have a great day. Have a good summer. God bless you. Bye-bye.